Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this class, we'll cover recent requests from our channel members. And if you're interested in channel membership, you can click the join button and learn more about the perks that we offer. So recently we've had a few requests from channel members. One was regarding the word triumph. And this channel member was saying that they feel that they hear instead of the f sound in triumph, they hear people saying that with a th sound. And to be honest, the f and th sound very similar. Over the phone, it's very difficult to hear the difference between them. You can tell if I said triumph versus triumph. You will hear a bit of a difference. I think that's happening because in this word we have the with the lips closed, and then we open to the f, mph. So if I have with the th sound, it's really not going to sound very different. But it's unlikely that people are saying it with the th sound, triumph, because that's actually harder to say than triumph. It's more common that a word with a th that people will say an F, for example, instead of think, they might say think if they can't say the th sound, or if they speak a regional or a dialect of English that has more of a f instead of a th sound. You, as a non-native speaker, should focus on saying the f and th as two distinct sounds, and you can get help for that in our Sounds of English course and also in our th playlist. But basically for triumph, the mph is just basically closing the lips and then keeping the lip and teeth together. Mph, triumph. Also, something to notice, between the I diphthong and the schwa, the sound in the second syllable, you will have a little bit of a glide, glide happening there. Triumph, triumph. Simply because as I move from that I vowel shape to the shape, that glide naturally connects those two. That's called vowel to vowel linking, triumph. And then we had another, the same viewer had a request about the words more, different spellings of the words more. So we have more, as in I'd like more of that. And then also we have the name more, and this type of more. And so for more, as in I'd like more, we use just the or pronunciation. Then when it comes to the name more, often in American English, people will say this as more. But they also can say it as Moor with more of an oo sound. So it could be a little bit more more. And there we kind of have, it's not really fully moor. That would sound strange, like a cow, moor. But moor, in some dialects of English, some regional accents, you're going to have these two will have that sound. So like on the moor, that's not a term that we use much in American English. It's more typical in British English that they talk about the moor, and they will say it as more or as moor. This more, only or. These two in American English, I would stick with or, the more. Mr. Moore gets more out of going on the moor. In British English, though, they may do these two more as a moor. And then related to that was the question of poor and poor and poor. And again, you can hear as I'm saying these in American English, they're all going to have that or diphthong. A poor choice, I pour you a drink, and the pores on your skin. But some people will say this one as poor, and that has the oo sound in American English and in British English. So you can use poor for all of them. For this one, in some like in the East Coast, some other places, they may say it more as poor, poor you or poor you. And again, if you're doing more or poor, you have that ooh, Here's another place where we have vowel to vowel linking, just like we had in triumph. Only this time you have a little bit of a w sound happening. So poor, poor, if you have trouble linking those two. Otherwise, you can just stick with more and poor for all three versions of these words. Thank you so much. I apologize that it took me a little while to get to your request. We haven't had a members class in a few weeks. Typically, I do the members classes when the requests come in, or I may cover your member requests just as a regular video. I will always alert you when I've covered those. And of course, if you're able to attend live, I can take your requests in the moment as well. Hi, Hector. Nice to see you. Thank you for being a channel member. Hector's asking about the word alms. So this is the ah vowel, the ul sound, the and the z sound. So it sounds like alms, which is not easy because I'm going from the ul, alm, closing to the m, and then opening again for the z, alms, alms for the poor. And then you're also asking about senior. So that sounds like senior. Think about it like seen. Your stress is on seen. Senior versus seniority, we change to the stress on the second syllable. So in seniority, we have seniority. Seniority. So senior, first syllable stress, seniority, second syllable stress, and in senior letters, OR say your, and in seniority, they say or because they're stressed, so they have that clear vowel, seniority. And the other question, superlative of poor, does it have, does alms have the silent L? Yeah, you can say it as alms. That's, some people say alms, they use more of an ah sound, alms for the poor. And that's a kind of a regional difference as well. So alms or alms, yeah, that's kind of depends on how you say the ah vowel with the L. Good question. If it's easier without the L, that's an acceptable and widespread pronunciation as well. And then for poorest, same thing. You can do poorest, or poorest. The poorest among us, the poorest person. Whichever poor or poor that you use for the first one, you'll use the same for poorer and poorest. Yeah, okay. Those can be challenging words for sure. And then we had one more request that came in recently, and that was for in the phrase by my side. This channel member was noticing that we have this I diphthong for all three. By my side. And they were wondering if for the words by and my, if that diphthong I might change to just more of an ah, like ba my side. And I would say if you went fully to the ah, that would sound strange. You don't want ba my side. But you will notice that because side is longer and stressed, the by and my are going to go by more quickly. So you will hear this I, but it may be a little bit less pronounced. So rather than by my side with a long I glide, you might have by my side, by my. So those first two, it's maybe a little bit reduced, but I wouldn't go all the way to by my side. That would sound strange. Now some regional dialects of English, in the South in particular, they tend to say an ah sound for this diphthong I, like ba the side of the road. I wouldn't recommend that because it won't be well recognized unless you're in an area that uses that somewhere in the South and you want to blend in with that local accent. That's okay. Otherwise, you're going to really go for the I, full I diphthong, and it'll just be held longer. You have more time for the glide inside and less than in ba and ma. Thank you so much, those of you who are here as channel members, and for those requests. And just a reminder, as part of your membership, you're able to make a request at any time, and I will note those and cover them in a class like this, or cover them in a future video for you specifically on that topic and on that word. That's one of the perks that we offer for channel members. If you're not a member yet and you're interested in joining, you can click on the link that says join, learn a little bit more about what we offer at the different levels of membership. And if you have questions and requests, I will be taking those again in our free live class on Saturday. So we do have a Q&A that's open to everyone every Saturday at 9:15 West Coast time and 12:15 p.m. East Coast time here in the US. And of course, you can always watch that later on, leave your comments and questions, and I'll come back to them and cover them for you later. I'll be back again tomorrow with our word of the day, and we'll have our next members class when we have more requests from our channel members, as well as our live class open to everyone next Saturday. Thanks so much for watching this video, for supporting the channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing videos, and of course, a special shout out to our channel members. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate your support. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye, everyone. Hope to see you again soon.